guys know what a clutch is? How many of y'all knew that I was talking about the manual transmission of a car? All right, a lot more than I thought. Okay, I'm going to talk to y'all about the importance, and what I think is very important is knowing how to drive a manual. With our economy being what it is, and money being sort of tight, and everyone really focusing on the importance of saving money, there's a great deal of emphasis on buying cars that are more eco-friendly, that get better gas mileage, and a lot of people think that the best way to do that is to buy a hybrid or an electric car. But those are very expensive, and a lot of people either don't like the looks of them, or they're just really not interested in buying one. A lot of people don't realize that buying a manual car is actually more fuel efficient than buying an automatic. So it's actually a very easy way to save money that's really not that different from getting a typical standard car. One thing that's also really nice about a manual is that you have a lot more control over your car. You get to kind of take the turns faster, but you also get to do a lot of things like change your speed, change your RPM, and all sorts of things like that. Another reason that it's really important to know how to drive a manual is that as people are traveling around the world more and more, most countries don't have standard and automatic cars. The majority of countries actually use manual. So unless you want to be dependent on taxi drivers and bus drivers and depending on where you go, you probably don't really want to use those very much. It's very helpful to know how to drive a manual for the sake of independence, for the sake of saving more money while you travel. It can be very helpful to you. Personally, my favorite reason for driving a manual is I just love how to drive. Like, it is one of my favorite things to do in my spare time. I love it. I love taking the turns really fast. I love going on a back road. And so I think it's really important to be able to know how to do that and to enjoy it, but also there's another reason that it's very practical to know how to drive a manual. If you are ever with a friend who has a manual and something happens to them, it would be very helpful if there's an emergency for you to be able to drive their car. Now sometimes that may not be a medical emergency, it may just be you went to a party and they can't drive, and so you need to be their designated driver. That can be very helpful as well. So that's pretty much my reasons for why I think you should know how to drive a manual.